Morning, hope you're well. Hope your Christmas went well. Yeah, everyone had a nice day. We're back into it here. It's Boxing Day, and it's raining. It's wet. So they did have a rain forecast for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day here. They had about 35 or 40 mil forecast. So we'd had Christmas Eve or sort of early Christmas morning, we had about 35 mil, and that was pretty good. I've got a bit of footage and some photos there of the after. But what happened was it came in, excuse me, it came in about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and Christmas morning, and it just threw it down. So we ended up with another 40 mil in about 2 hours, and then we've had sort of skiffy showers overnight, and it's actually raining again here now. So Lake Avondowns is back in front of the sheds. We've got a few issues up with the rice. The rice is very full. I did start the pump late yesterday afternoon. Actually had the rice in spots as that full of water was running over the banks, so I had to go down with the tractor and the loader and build the banks up just to keep the water where it was supposed to be. Anyway, we'll have a look at that. But yeah, we're about 80. I think we're about 82 or 3 mil now for the sort of 36 hours. So don't know. There is a bit of blue sky out to the west here behind me, but just been thunderstorms and that sort of thing rolling through. So anyway, it'll be good for the lucerne, and it saved us. We were supposed to start watering the corn again today, so it's obviously it's going to put that off for however long. And then we've actually got the water shut off running into the rice. We've sort of just locked it up, and we'll let it use that water before we run any more in. So you look, if it doesn't rain, we'll get, what are we up to? We're Tuesday, we're Boxing Day, so we might get till the end of the week without having to put water back on it. So a bit of free stuff, that's always nice. This morning got to run lambs in. We've got the lambs getting picked up at lunchtime to go direct to the abattoirs. So they couldn't actually take them all in one go, so there's 180 odd going today, and then the balance going tomorrow. So we'll run these guys in, and we'll have a look around. The rice looks pretty happy. It's all pretty full of water. So yeah, 83 mil I think we've ended up with. So I came down last night. I was talking about just the water got a bit high for the bank. I've been meaning to do something with this bank, whether we get the grader blade and just build it up and give it a bit more height. But I wouldn't have thought, like, come when PI, which we'll talk about in time, I wouldn't have thought the water would be much higher than what it is now. So anyway, we had the pump going down. I'm going to go down and start it again for a bit. The storage dam was about empty for the pivot, which was good, so we were able to look, we've half filled it or a bit better, so we'll go down and start the recycle pump again now. That dam's pretty full down there, so we may even have to let a bit go. We'll just see, but anyway, I don't think there's much more coming today. Hopefully the sun is shining and the cloud is starting to break up a bit, but the sort of wind's still ran in the southeast here, and it's still pretty dark down to the southeast. So anyway, we'll just wait and see what the day brings. But yeah, look, apart from the track's been pretty wet, as you can see, it hasn't really caused too many dramas. It'll be good on the lucerne, just freshen it up, get it going again. So yeah, we'll have plenty of tucker for these trade lambs that we bought in, but I'm gonna just have a bit of a suss around here, and then I'll go out the other farm and have a look around. We've got a couple of hours before the truck turns up to pick the lambs up, so yeah, we'll just go and make sure that all the other stock are all right, and we've got some on a canola stubble we might have to just move off, just to get them to a bit of dry ground. But I don't think there's quite been as much rain out the other farm, but we'll go and have a look and see anyhow. Corn's loving the weather, it's really starting to grow. We need to try and get a bit more urea on it at some stage, but yeah, we'll just see. The probe seems to be working properly, the moisture probe seems to be working properly now, so we can keep an eye on it. Yeah, but we won't have to water it this week, which should be good. I did start this pump last night, but it hasn't, with the sort of 8 or 9 mil we've had overnight, it hasn't made much headway, so we'll just see. We might have to let a bit of this water go, but I'll start it again. I really need another pump because we've got no way of topping the other dam up. Yeah, we can only essentially fill it to ground level, so a few ducks still getting around. So anyway, good weather to be a duck. Anyway, yeah, we'll get a bit of fuel in it and get it fired up. Just come for a look around out the back. There's been 72 mil out here, so yeah, 10 less than at home. I've just got this mob of ewes here. They're just on a canola stubble here. They're sort of camped in the trees here. I'm just got some loose in here just next door through the fence, so I'm just gonna chase them up and put them in there, and yeah, just so they're a bit drier underfoot in there if they'll go. I'm trying not to use the dogs, and I'm trying not to get bogged. It is a bit soft underfoot here in the trees, so yeah, but everything sort of looks all right. Water has run a little bit just with how heavy the rain was, so but we should be all right, hopefully. So we'll get these girls where they need to be, and yeah, keep looking. This situation looks familiar. It's soup. Anyway, help is on its way. Hang on, doggo. It's just soup underneath. Yeah, don't know what's going on here, but anyway, whether it runs down the hill and comes through here where there's a bit of a spring under the ground, but yeah, it's a bit ordinary. Anyway, we're out again, been rescued. I'll have to buy some ploughs or something. It's twice in a row now. So in essence, to try and store a bit more water, we've bought the old tractor up. Yeah, just got the old 6-inch flood pump on it, and we've closed the valve over here, so we're actually pumping the water twice because we're lifting it out of the bottom dam and then yeah, just putting it into here. So yeah, bit of luck, we'll get a fair bit of that water into here, so yeah, we'll just be able to use it at a later date, whether we let it back out onto the rice or probably now that it's in here, we'll probably put it through the irrigator and yeah, put it on the loosen. So the wind's up and yeah, sun's out. The wind's still round in the wind's around the sort of northeast or nearly the easterly. So there are still a few storms floating around on the radar, but yeah, things are going to dry out pretty quick if it's like this. So just looking, I think I did mention before, just looking on the forecast, there's more rain sort of 7 days time, so we'll just have to might have a yarn. I think the agros are back on deck this week, so might have a yarn to Miranda and just see. We may even put some urea. We need to get some more urea on the corn, so we might even look at putting it on by air, and we may be able to do the rice while we're going, because like it'll probably need another 100 to 150 kilos. It has changed colour, it is whitening off, so it is starting to look for just the tipping. I think we space there, so we might as well try and use it. So another day, another lot of lambs to go. Bit of deja vu or Groundhog Day, or whichever way you want to look at it. Anyway, there's another about 115 or 20 to go. Just that wouldn't, well, I wouldn't have fit on the truck anyway because I had a full load yesterday, but they were just, these guys, yeah, they just didn't have the kill spots for them. So anyway, we'll run these guys in and let them empty out a bit before the truck gets here. Having a bit of pump trouble, so we'll duck down and have a look, see what's going on. I couldn't get the pump down on the dam to prime last night or yesterday afternoon, so we'll just we'll take some tools down in a minute and yeah, pull the front off it and just see the impeller might be jammed full of crap, which happens. So oh yeah, we might have a leaky suction pipe or something, but anyway, we'll duck down, we'll get these guys in and then we'll duck down and have a look. While we're going, I'm just going to shift the trade lambs onto the other side where the other lambs were. This side's where we cut the hay just to reset it. So the lucerne is still growing, but we give it a week or 10 days, it'll really come away with this weather. Barry, would you get on the back of this buggy? Get up, come up, get up, idiot. Yeah, and then we can, there's still plenty of growth over the other side. The other side has had, we put an extra 30 mil of rain on, well 30 mil of water on it with the pivot, so it has taken off a bit better, but this stuff will get cracking now without any trouble. But we just thought, yeah, give it a spell and let it get going a bit. So this is Tiny the pet. Come on, what are you doing? Get going. So he was running around with these ewes that are about to go on the truck, so I'm just going to put him out here with the other lambs that I've just shifted. So he's got some mates. He generally hangs on his own, but he doesn't mind actually having a few people sheep around him. Come on, buddy. Go down there. There's 500. Don't go. Go that way. Come on. Away you go. Away you go. He's on a pretty good wicket. He's in pretty good buckle. The fat over his bum there. Go on. Go down there. There you go. Oh, humidity's up. It's a bit sticky, there's not a lot of breeze. So what's going on here? Well, I'm not too sure what's going on here. Corn's loving the weather anyway. Possibly, usually when the water's high like this, it primes, no worries at all. But what I'm thinking is it may have sucked up a bit of rubbish and that's jammed in the impeller. Or one of these joins here might be leaking a bit, but usually it did start on me yesterday morning, but I couldn't get it to prime yesterday afternoon. So what I might do just before I have another go, I'll just whip the guard off and yeah, take the front off the pump, and we'll just see what we can see. And yeah, I was going to I haven't used the GoPro for a while. I was going to set it up the time lapse, but it seems to have died altogether now. So yeah, no GoPro. So anyway, we'll have a bit of a look and see what we can find anyway, and see if we can get it to go. Wiggle around, and the glue here on this pipe's let go. So yeah, whether it was sucking a bit of air around that or what, I don't know. But anyway, we'll just give it a bit of a clean up. I've got the glue and the primer here. We'll slap a bit of that on it and give it a stick it back together, and hopefully that might solve the issue. hopefully that works. Anyway, we'll give them a few minutes to dry and then we'll boil it back up again. Yeah, there's a bit of water here to shift. What I'd like to do in time is, and we might speak to a surveyor about getting a plan done, is actually build a proper dam here, and whether we go across to that tree break there, this drain that runs here, that's our boundary fence there, or where those trees are is our boundary. So essentially we've got this recycle drain here, it's not a recycle drain, it's a drain that actually runs down into the river. But what I'd like to do is dig a bigger dam here, a proper dam, rather than like originally the dam that was here was just a stock and domestic dam, and we've sort of made it a bit bigger. And but yeah, I'd really like to make a proper dam and have a proper pump set up here, because the farm does actually drain to this point. So you know, you get a big rain event, we could actually catch quite a bit of water. So yeah, I don't know, you could take a bit of that other block over there, 4 or 5 acres or something like that. So yeah, there is a few plans in the pipeline that we'd like to do, whether we look at buying a tractor and bucket ourselves because we do, or a bigger bucket, or whether we can alter the little bucket we've got, just to make it a bit more user friendly. And yeah, we probably need a bigger tractor, would be the only thing, but yeah, we could chip away and actually build it ourselves in time. Anyway, it's all it's on the wish list. We have water. Yeah, obviously just the seal there and let go. So bit of glue and reset it. So yeah, we'll go down now and start the old tractor, and we can fill that pivot dam up now. Yeah, working all right, hopefully. So what I've done, I've just bought a bit of sheet of plastic up that I had there. This lay flat's a bit ratty and a few holes in it. And you can just see here, well, not that we had the pump going for long yesterday, but it was sort of eroding the bank a bit. That's where we did it last time, and it didn't do the bank much good. So we'll just sort of put that up, bring that up under it, and it'll just help the water run in a bit. Yeah, usually what we need to do, and look, this is the first year in a few years where first couple of years where we've actually pumped this dam full. There's actually a riser there for the pipe that goes through the bank. So the original plan was to actually have a pump here all the time, so we could actually top this dam up through the pipe if we ever needed to. But we sort of, it's been here since 2016, this dam, and yeah, like if we wouldn't have filled it 10 times, I don't think, right up. Anyway, but we'll tip a bit of water in the old in the pump here, and we'll get the old tractor going. Better. We'll just help save the bank a bit. So the end of this one didn't quite go to plan. Yeah, we were going to be shutting pumps off and that sort of stuff was the plan, but anyway, I went to Shepparton, which is about an hour away, with Sarah and the kids today, just to do a bit of shopping, a couple other things, and as we came home we could see a bit of smoke, which wasn't all that far away. Went to check pumps and water and rang a neighbour who's the fire captain, and yeah, off we went to a fire. So anyway, 5 hours later we're back home. So anyway, lightning strike from the storm on, well, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day by the looks of it. So it's burned about 10 hectares, 25 acres, 30 acres. Was a bit tricky because we've had so much rain. It was quite wet underfoot and it's a bit hard to believe. It was in some pine trees and a bit of uncropped country, so a bit of grazing country. So yeah, pine trees and that sort of stuff. So it was I got Tony to come out from town and he had a mate with him. So they brought our fire trailer around and the telehandler, and yeah, the farmer where it was, they had their own telehandler there, so we just pushed a few poles of sticks up and a few of the pine trees up and that sort of stuff, so they're going to watch it tonight. But yeah, it wasn't a raging blaze by any stretch, as you saw on the video. I just thought I'll take a quick one with my phone while I was on the back hanging onto a hose. So, but had to use the little trucks. We couldn't get the big trucks in there just purely because the ground was so wet. So little trucks and utes and trailers. So anyway, it was. It was blowing onto a canola stubble, so that helped keep it under control. It would have been I'll stand still for you. It would have been a different story if it had been onto a wheat stubble. It might have got a bit of a run on, and yeah, we probably wouldn't have been able to get at it purely because the ground's so wet around there. Like they've had 80 milled around there too, I think. So I did nearly get bogged in the telehandler badly, so I was able to use the boom and dig myself out, and yeah, so. Anyway, I may have mentioned this, I can't remember. So Miranda's coming in the morning, agronomist, to have a look at the rice. We've actually got a plane booked to spread urea, so that I think that's happening Friday. And actually going to do the corn as well, because we're having trouble. Although looking at the probe, the corn is using moisture already, even after the 80 mil of rain. We're having a battle getting, irrigating it and getting the urea water run on it like we have been. So we're just thinking we might get the plane in and we'll do the corn and do the rice in one go. So anyway, so that's Friday's job. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Again, hope you had a good Christmas, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.